These are my son's relatives, his great-great-uncles. I have used my son's dad's eyes in this part. I've used more real feathers in this part. It's an old photo that was in black and white. I've colorized it, of course.
Buffy Sainte-Marie can't stop talking about her new passion, digital painting. Her constant companion these days, a computer.
I'll pick up some of this dark purpley color, and I'll come right over here, and I'm going to spray, just like I would with a regular airbrush. I can make it very thick, or I can make it thinner.
Hard to believe this is the adopted Cree native who overcame a troubled childhood and a codeine addiction to become a folk legend.
Well, I was raised in a very small town. There was only one Indian family there, and it wasn't mine. I had all kinds of self-identity questions that little kids don't label as self-identity problems at all, but I had them looking back on it. I was very unhappy because of certain of the men in the family.
Hard to believe this same woman was virtually blacklisted by the U.S. government in the 60s for her anti-war civil rights songs. The same woman who dropped out of the music scene to raise her son when her record stopped selling. The same woman who changed directions to deliver her message of tolerance through a different medium.
It's just good to know that a couple of little kids in front of the TV set, whether they're Indian or whether they're not Indian, when somebody says to them, Indians are no good, they're going to be able to say, Indians are all right. Big Bird says Indians are all right, and I know Buffy.
Everyone loves through all their days, different people, different ways.
From that time on, for the next 16 years, I was just a mommy and an artist.
The artist with a PhD in fine arts was more connected to her computer those years than she was to the music scene, living quietly in Hawaii.
When I went to Hawaii in the 60s, I was kind of burned out from too much showbiz. In the early 80s, I got my Macintosh, and I found out that I could do music and graphic art and poetry all in the same little machine.
It has taken her 11 years to produce the work for this exhibit. Paintings like this digital variation of her last album cover, or a computer montage.
My art, my imaging, my visual art is very much, philosophically, it's very much in keeping with my music. Again, with the Red Bull.
Music that really hasn't changed much over the years. It's still universal. Songs about the oppression of natives, government corruption, as well as songs of love.
I enjoy a lot of music, and I write a lot of different styles just because that's the way I kind of hear it in my head. I think.
Good. This is gorgeous.
A party to celebrate this inaugural exhibition of her art, and an opportunity to restate a long-standing message.
People who go and see Indian things, they go to see objects that are sort of dead and stuffed in the museums. You know, dead Indians are all that people study. Who studies contemporary Indians? Who thinks about the fact that we have a future, that we're making a future?
Can you remember the times that you have held your head high and told all your friends of your Indian claim?
A future that very much honors the past, a link between generations, a continuity of heritage.